What is up, creepers and geekers? Chris the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? I want to introduce you to something here. I want to introduce you to my Necronomiconsole, something I put together a handful of years ago. There will be a link to this build down below. It was my first attempt at doing something with some kind of a narrative. I don't think it came out that well, but you got to figure an idiot not knowing anything to do with production value and a cell phone and cheap editing software. I was able to get it done. But regardless, this is one of my prized possessions. It's one of my prized possessions. This is something that I have wanted for years. I remember a long time ago saying to myself, before the Genesis even existed, how fucking cool would it be to have a game console inside the pages of the Necronomicon, and it would be the Necronomiconsole. You know what I mean? And an opportunity came up, and I said, fuck it, we're finally going to make this thing. And I made it, and I've enjoyed it since. It's one of those silly little books that you can hide things in that you get like at Michael's craft store or something like that. And the console board inside is a Genesis Model 3. It's a Model 3. I figured that's a small enough board. I had a buddy of mine extend everything. The controller ports, the power port, the on-off switch, all that. He gave it some extra length so I can manipulate it any way I needed to make it fit within. And he surprised me by putting 10mm red LEDs in the eyes. You won't see that here. Again, click on that link down below, not because I want the click, but more so you can see what's going on here. It's my prized possession. I love this thing. I love looking at it. I love using it once in a great while. But I think it's time to move on. With this thing. And the main reason why I'm doing that is because a buddy of ours, a brother, needs help. And I don't have any other way to do so. So I said, what do I have that I could do something fun with that'll raise a few bucks to help him out? Now, let's talk about that for a minute. My buddy Rich from the Bacon Ice Cream Productions. You should know him pretty well. He's not only is he obviously here on YouTube talking about video games, and you know what? Let's take the whole Amico thing and put it to the side. He is pro Amico, and we don't give a shit about that right now. So please keep that out of this. But he is one of my brothers in arms there as well. But more importantly, this guy has done more for my walk to end alzheimers than anybody. I mean, a lot of great people have come together to make my campaign a success every year. And no matter how large or how small that contribution is, it is not only greatly appreciated, but it goes to a greater good. And they do a lot of work. And they make it huge. They make this thing bigly. No, they make my campaign much bigger than it really ever could have been. Just me alone. And I can't thank these folks enough. My buddy Rich, unfortunately, was devastated by this past hurricane. Hold on. You know what? Let me pull something up here real quick. Let me see if I can't do this. Let me get rid of the Logitech camera. He lost everything. Look at this. This fucking kid lost everything. And the amount of work and money and sweat he puts into just my Alzheimer's campaign, I can't thank this kid enough. And I feel absolutely dreadfully awful that financially I'm not in a place where I can, today anyway, help out with this. This is his GoFundMe page, by the way. They're looking for, looks like $5,000, and they're at $33.90 right now. They're at $33.90. You can click on the link down below. This will be there too if this is a better option for you. I don't have anything, and I won't for a couple of weeks. So regardless if I'm able to jump in on this or I can just get it directly to him through PayPal, it's going to be, whatever happens. But I sat there and said to myself, What can you do to help this kid out now? Let's auction off one of my prized possessions. Something that not necessarily I don't want to let go of, but I mean, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Maybe I need to make another one. And I figure, of all things, with the Halloween season coming up, and just the unique nature of this specific item, I think we could do some good with this. So I'm going to try to get a handful of bucks just to, to help out my buddy Rich. If you only knew what he has planned for this year's Alzheimer's block, you'd want to jump all over this. You'd be like, wow, really, dude? You're that committed? But it's things I can't talk about just yet. And it may be on hold for right now anyhow. So, and he's still financially invested in this. So here's the deal. Here's the Necronomiconsole. We'll look at it a little bit greater here in a second. And I'll show you everything that comes with it. Over on the Atari Creep Facebook page. I'm not asking you to follow me there. Hopefully you can react and do all kinds of stuff without following. If not, follow me and then you can unfollow me later on. That's not what this is about. I'm going to post up 25 spots. 25 spots at $10 a piece. You have 1 week. Next Tuesday at midnight. Meaning, from Monday night into Tuesday. I will be taking spots, $10 a piece. We'll get you one spot of your choosing. I will put 1 through 25 listed down, and as I get spots, or donations, or the $10 or whatever you want to call it, I'll ask you which number that's there do you want, and I'll put you in there. You give me 20, you get 2 spots. 30, you get 3 spots. You get the point. $10 a spot could win you a complete custom Sega Genesis. Now, is this the most rugged thing in the world? No. This is mainly made for display. It does function. It functions just fine. You do have to be a little delicate with it. It will accept cartridges, no problem. As long as you take care of it well. And they do come out. This opens up a little bit so you can access something in there in case you have to do a repair or two. But I wouldn't play with that too much. On the end here, we have your controller ports, and you have your on and off switch. I never did get around to putting some kind of fancy one on here, but it functions just the same. Okay. Here in the back, try to get it in the camera. Here's your AV out and your power. And then the rest of it just looks like a book. Now, I only really skinned the face of it. I never did the sides or the back. Again, it was just a display piece. The edges do look like the pages. As you see, gold pages. What will come with this thing? Well, of course, you have a power supply. It's not Sega branded, but it is the proper values, and it works just fine. You have your mono AV cables. You also have a custom matching controller that's skinned and corpsed, and it also has Kandarian text. Now, this is one I just found online. Again, watch the video down below to understand more. But according to the alphabet I saw, this says Sega. Okay? It says Sega in whatever Kandarian text that I found online. Now, whether it's canon or not, I don't know. But I thought it was a nice touch to do that. And I'll toss this in there too. It's not legit. It's a repro, but I'll toss that in there too. I literally just used this to test the machine itself, and the machine works just fine. Plugging the controller into the controller ports, again, you gotta be careful with it. Things are held together with epoxy and hot glue, so it's more of an art piece than it is an actual functioning console, though it is a functioning console disguised inside of an art piece. So if the Necronomiconsole is something that you would like to have in your home, I promise you it won't fucking kill anybody. It won't raise real demons. Your pets are safe. Your family's safe. I suppose you would be safe as well. Go over to the Atari Creep Facebook page. I'll have it pinned. You have 1 week, next Tuesday. I'll put that date down below. The only thing that will be in the description of this page is the information pertained to this and this alone. I will leave the link to my Facebook page there, so if you're not following me, you can just click on it. If you are not a Facebook user, we're going to have to figure something out. We'll figure something out. You can just message me directly either on Instagram or Twitter, again, using the Atari Creep. And as long as I can confirm PayPal payment, I will put you down for a slot or two, or whatever it is that you want. Trying to think of anything else. Open to U.S. residents only. Lower 48, I don't have the money to ship this thing across the open seas. Unless you're willing to pay full shipping, full, not partial, full shipping to get this to your door from Boston, Massachusetts, then please, I apologize. Lower 48 only. Canada, same thing applies. It's just ridiculous to ship up there. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't have the funds to help them out. Nor do I have the funds to ship this thing all over God's green earth. So, if you're out of the States, the lower 48, you're either out unless you can pay for the shipping. Please don't expect this to be a rugged machine. This is a functioning machine that's mainly made for display purposes. Now, this angle here makes it look a lot longer than it really is. It's not stretched out like that. It's just the camera and everything. So, again, just to recap, you'll get the console, you'll get the matching controller, both sets of cords to make this thing work, and a repro of a decent RPG. So I will have all this up by the time you see this video. Please, it's only 25 spots. It's only $10 a piece. If you don't want to get involved in this, the link to his GoFundMe will be down below as well. That will help out equally as much. And I hope we can get this kid back on his feet. He lost everything. He lost everything that was in his basement. Insurance ain't going to cover it. So all of his collectibles and all of his stuff and their clothes, and it's a horrible time for this family. But I know as brothers and sisters, regardless of whatever beefs we may have, we can get together and we can help out a brother in retro love, and make sure that him and his family can come through this as painless as possible. It's gotta suck. I can't imagine this. He's a family man, and now he's worried about his family even having a place to stay, and where are they going to eat their next meal and all that stuff. It sucks, and he's done so much for me. This is the only thing I can do for right now. So please, 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 let's fill up all 25. If all 25 fill up today, then I'll give this thing away tomorrow. I'll give it away tomorrow. And he will receive every dime, minus, of course, PayPal fees. Unfortunately, PayPal fees are, unless I can pay on his thing through PayPal, I'm going to try to do it the best way I can. The best way I can. And the shipping costs will come out of my pocket somehow. So, that's it. So, please share this around. And, please, $10. $10 can get you what I would have sold for $250 to $500, depending on, how complete I finished it. But I will pack it. I will pack it very safely, though I use recycled materials. And that's it. All the rules and everything you need to know will be down below. If you want to watch me build this thing, that link will be down below as well. Guys, please. I don't do this unless all 25 spots get filled. Okay? If only one person does it, that money will just get donated. I have to be a dick that way. So, all right, guys. You have 1 week. 1 week. Let's help this kid out. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, I hope you're doing well. Creep it real, and bye-bye.